People love transformation stories, the before, the after, the struggle, and the win. What they don't talk about is what happens after the win, when life tests whether you're really going to stay in it. So, if you're looking for a straight line success story, this isn't it. This is a story about perseverance because transformation is not linear. There was a point in my life where I truly believed something was wrong with me. I was 30 years old, on food stamps, living with mama and daddy. Like every day was heavy. I wasn't building, I was surviving, depending on other people for the basic necessities. And that just does something to you, especially when you feel like you should be past this stage in life. Like my friends, I wasn't lazy, I wasn't unmotivated, I was tired and running out of options. Healthcare didn't feel like a dream, it felt like my only option. So I started and finished CNA school. Shortly after, I went to LPN school. It wasn't perfect, but it was consistent. I respected my instructors, I asked questions, I stayed accountable. I didn't know it at the time, but I was building something more important than grades. I was building relationships, I was building a reputation. I eventually passed my NCLEX, and for the first time in a long time, I felt accomplished. Like I finally made it. The hardest part is over. And then one day I got called into HR. I thought it was just like routine paperwork or something I forgot to sign. But instead, it was a letter from New York State saying that my license had been suspended because of a charge that I didn't, put on my application. And I, needless to say, I was crushed. I felt like the universe was correcting a mistake. Like I wasn't supposed to win. It's like life saying, not you, not yet, not ever. And because of that, I couldn't work. No income, no license, back at mom and daddy house. And that broke me, bro. Like depression hit instantly. Every day it was getting harder and harder to fight. Not because I didn't want better, but because every time I took a step forward, it felt like something was pulling me back. I started questioning everything. Like I was cursed. Like, have I reached my peak? Was I actually going to get out? After I stopped crying long enough to read the damn letter, it was an appeal process. I needed character witnesses. This had nothing to do with grades or exams. I had to reach out to my CNA teacher, my LPN instructors, and had to be honest with them. Like, what happened and, where I am now. And it wasn't easy to do. I had to swallow my pride. I was asking people to tell the truth about, who I was currently. They weren't defending my past, they were speaking to my growth. And in that moment, I realized something I'll never forget. When your credentials are questioned, your character is what speaks. After all that, all I could do was wait, follow the rules, and stay compliant. I did the right thing, and there was no guarantees. But this is the part that nobody posts though. That quiet depression, the uncertainty, the discipline it takes to not quit while feeling like quitting is the only option. They eventually gave me my license back and I was able to work again. But it really took a lot out of me. I worked for a little while, then I made the decision to relocate to Atlanta, and then that chapter changed everything. I eventually transitioned into a full time entrepreneur, but that's a whole different story, and I'll definitely tell you about it in another episode. But here's what I want you to take from this: transformation is not linear. You're gonna go forward, backward, sideways, and sometimes feel stuck. That doesn't mean it's over. You got to keep on pushing because you can't win if you quit.